Ben has unlocked the secrets of understanding how our minds control our business and daily lives. Inside each episode, Ben shares his proven actionable items, tips, and secrets to managing the supercomputer between your ears so you can build and develop your business and start living the life you desire and deserve. This is Practical Psychology for Business with Benjamin Halpern.
Hi, and welcome to today's podcast. We're going to talk about obsessing. If you're an obsessive person, well, it's going to stay that way. Don't try to become not obsessive. It's going to take you generations if you'll ever achieve it. And in a world where things change so fast, you don't have a couple of years to work on something. Today, the name of the game is control your obsessing rather than try to eliminate it. Because there's an enormous amount of benefit you can gain from obsessing if you obsess about the right things. If you obsess about the wrong things, it could destroy your life. So if you obsess about illness and you obsess about poverty and you obsess about heartbreak, well, your life's going to be totally different than you obsess about success and obsess about love and obsess about wins. So what are you obsessing about? Think of your obsessiveness like an amazing juicer. Okay? You have this amazing juicer machine in your brain that will squeeze out whatever you put into the most amazing juice. Now it depends what you put in there. If you put in grapes, you're going to have the most amazing wine. But if you put in lemons, you're going to have the most bitter drink. And if you put in poison, you're going to have the most lethal poison. So be very, very careful what you obsess about. All obsessing means is that you have an amazing juicer in your brain. Now the question is, what are you going to juice? You know, another analogy I use all the time. If you're obsessive means to say that you make things big. So instead of having, the size screen of like on an iPhone in your mind, you have an IMAX 6-story screen with 3D glasses. Now, that's amazing. But it really is amazing only if you control what movie plays. If you put on happy movies, you're going to experience happy movies IMAX quality. But if you put in scary movies, you're going to scare yourself to death IMAX quality. So all obsessing means is that you have an amazing ability to make things big, to make a great juice or to make an amazing film on IMAX quality screen. Now the trick is, what are you obsessing about? You need to pick what you obsess about. Again, it doesn't mean that you're never going to obsess about something negative. But again, back to the 80-20 rule, 80% of the time you better obsess about good things. Obsess about every single time you were successful. Obsess about every small win that you ever had. Obsess about all the good times you had in life. Obsess about all the things you could be grateful for in your life. Obsess about all the good moments that you had. Every single time you felt good, every time you felt love, every single time you felt connected, every single time you felt happy, every single time you picked up the phone, every single time you got a yes. Well, if you obsess about those stuff, you will have those things in your life. You will feel those things in your life. You will have the greatest juice of gratitude. You'll have the greatest juice of love. You'll have the greatest juice of happiness. You'll have the greatest juice of success. You'll be watching on the IMAX screen in your brain the greatest films that will make you happy and excited and driven and successful and wealthy. So be careful what you obsess about. Obsess about great things. You need to practice this stuff, so you need to look for them. So if you want to create your obsession machine to start obsessing about things that empower you and make you happy, you have to take it to an extreme to create this pattern. So for a week, for 2 weeks, take it to an extreme. I want you to write down every single win you have. You have a phone call, you made it, write it down. Count your phone calls, celebrate them. You did good things in your relationship, count them, celebrate, rethink each one of them. You could be grateful for things in your life. Write down every single thing you could be grateful. Celebrate them, be excited for them, be happy for them. Every little win in your life, write it down, celebrate it, enjoy it. It's not a selfish thing. It's creating a new pattern. You got to take things to extreme in order to get your brain to make it happen. So it's not something as simple as you give a kid ice cream tastes good, he's hooked on it. This takes a little bit of a pattern to create until your brain realizes the benefit and catches on. It's not something you need to do for the rest of your life. Of course you need to, but not to this degree and to this extent. In order to build a new pattern, if you obsess about negativity, you need to take it the other way. Think about like a piece of metal that gets bent one way. In order to create it, you want to have it straight, you got to bend it to the opposite extreme for it to balance out. So obsess about greatness big time for the next week or two, and it will change the pattern. That will start becoming what you obsess about. If you need help to apply this in your life, to customize it, to help you have this in your life on a daily basis, check out my website, benjaminhalpern.com, to see what I can do for you today.